Hey, welcome everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. This will be my last live stream from this address. We will be doing our live streams from the new house moving forward, but there was no, I didn't have any fans over here, so I had to come inside in the room and do the live stream. Thanks to the NTZ crew for keeping this a safe, respectable live stream. What's up, Bobby G? I see you. Rag Jam Rock. Yeah, Rag Jam Rock, he said I must be the hardest working blogger. No, not really. Uh, when you're doing something you like to do, I don't consider it even work for real. I mean, y'all make it what it is. I mean, I have to come up with the content for the blogs, but these live streams, this is y'all's. Y'all make it what it is here. What's up, Jeffrey Taylor? He said congratulations once again. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for all the congratulations and well wishes on the housewarming. Well, yeah, we call it housewarming in America. Here they call it house blessing. It was a special moment for me. I guess because I saw how happy my girlfriend was, and then, just knowing all that she done been through, I kind of cheered up at the end. But it's all good, man. I mean, we stayed in the house last night. I'll be staying in there from here on. We decided to, the neighbor, because we're not going to have these air conditioners plugged in. All we're going to have, the strongest thing pulling electric over there is going to be the refrigerator. So we're just going to pay him until our electric is cut on, and I'm thinking that's going to be this week. Hey, Merry Chris Dakula, she says, good morning, Sir Calvin. Lilia Enrico, good morning. God bless you too. Thank you. Yeah, Bobby G. Bobby G sending me that stabilizer for my cell phone. It's okay. Yeah, go ahead and send that to Bacallet. I've got to go to Bacallet anyway, Bobby, so don't worry about that. I see John Wells on here. Thanks, John, for showing up yesterday and supporting us, man. I appreciate that. You and Bill and y'all's beautiful wives, man. It made it a lot easier for me because, I can't speak Visaya or Tagalog. So it was good to have a couple of English-speaking Americans over there. By the time you left, John, you was feeling pretty good. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. It's a lot of good news, man. The Philippines got this Vax to the Max campaign going on, and it's working, man. Thursday, they actually vaccinated 1 million people, the most they've ever done. And I'm looking at some of the stuff that I wrote down. A lot of the people in the province is what's slowing it up. Their reluctance to get vaccinated. So the Department of Health and the IATF over here, they're considering a proposal to make it mandatory to get your vaccination. Because the Philippines want to open up, man. They're ready. But 32% of the people in the damn province don't want to get vaccinated. So they're trying to make it, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do it. This isn't America. This is the Philippines. They're going to make it mandatory. And I don't blame them because I want to read something to you so I won't misquote anything. It says, this is out of Manila Times. It says, presidential spokesman Harry Roque floated the idea of the IATF allowing fully vaccinated foreign travelers, especially tourists, to enter the country by early next year. And that's, similar to what Thailand did, but it says the but only after the Philippines reaches its target number of vaccinations. And he's talking about like 55 million. Now, right now, they have 29 million that are fully vaccinated, 33, almost 34 million with the first dose. So they're close. He's saying that they're going to do that by the end of the year, guys. You know, and I believe him. I mean, that's great news for anybody that's trying to get back over here. They may end up opening up partially anyway by the time the election is over with. I've seen a couple of vloggers, you know, getting in on that, throwing out their 2 cents. But yeah, it's looking good for the first quarter right now because they're rolling, man. It's got vax to the max. I want to add another destination that's opening for domestic tourists or foreign tourists who are already over here pre-pandemic, and that's I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right or not. Coron, Palawan Island. It's opening back up November 15th for fully vaccinated domestic tourists or foreign tourists who were already here in the Philippines pre-pandemic. And of course, you know, that's one of the top tourist places in the Philippines, considered one of the, well, a couple of places have said it was had the nicest beaches in the world. Hey, Christian Contreras, thanks for joining us. So yeah, that's a lot of good information. Then on the bad part, I see where this TikTok star killed his Filipino wife in San Diego. It was a jealous thing, man. He was really on some jealous stuff. He had downloaded an app onto his little, they had like a little 5-year-old daughter, and he was 29. I think she was 28. And so he could hear her inside that apartment. He heard her in there with another man. He came in there and shot them. Well, he killed them both. He shot the man several times in his upper body. Then he shot his wife one time in the forehead, killed her. This was October 21st. Anybody in San Diego probably knows about this, but I saw that, man. It's kind of shocking. She was a beautiful woman, too. She was actually a Filipino American, but yeah, it doesn't really matter, man. They killed her. Hey, Cliff, what's going on? Yeah, I came up with this subject about some different ways, you know, unconventional ways that expats can survive overseas. What's up, Luis Martinez? Good to see you, brother. And I was talking to John about some of the things that crossed my mind yesterday. You know, when I went into the service back in 1981, they had just started this buddy system where you could go into the service with your buddy, your best friend or somebody like that. You go through boot camp together and everything. And it was more or less for support and to help you get adjusted and everything. And I thought, you know, what if somebody moved to the Philippines with their best friend or their buddy, you know, and at least for like the first 6 months or first year, so both of you could get adjusted. How good would that be? You will have somebody you can always talk to that you know, because one of the things we do when we move over here, we leave all our friends and contacts and family behind. You have somebody you can split the living expenses down the middle. I think it's a good idea, man. I wish I could have had one of my friends and family come over here with me. I think it would have worked, man. It gave me a lot of time to get adjusted to the place. Maybe it would have made it a whole lot easier, to be honest with you. What do y'all think about that, the buddy system? Would you want to come over here with somebody you knew and y'all live together, hung out together, man, I think it would be great, man. But none of my friends ever come over here. They don't even travel, believe it or not. Maximus says, how's the electrical hookup from your neighbors? Well, what happened was, if you look at my house, and you'll see the electric connections right over on the side. Well, they ran a line, and it runs through that bump house over into the neighbor's house behind me. And it's just coming straight from his electric pole, straight to our line. And what we've decided to do, instead of paying another month rent over here, instead of paying another high-ass electrical bill here, he said it's okay, we'll just pay him. And it's worked out because we're not going to have anything strong pulling off of that. The fan is going to be the strongest thing. So it's not going to be that much. The engineer had already hooked it up. He was paying the guy like 200 or 300 pesos a month. It's not going to be that much more than that, to be honest with you. What's up, Sam Champion? Another thing that I was talking about, another unconventional way, people always worried about insurance over here, right? Health insurance and things like that. Well, I was telling John, imagine if you got 4 people together, well, let's say 5 people together, and they all put up $4,000 into this health insurance pot. So now you got $20,000, 1 million pesos there. And it will be used for your emergencies and major medical. That's the only time you could touch it. That's really how insurance works. The majority put the money together in the premiums, and it pays for the losses of the few, because now it gives you the peace of mind of knowing, hey, if something happened to me, I've got 1 million pesos. Because you're not going to get sick at the same time. It's just something that if you get with guys that you comfortable with, you're familiar with, that you trust, it's a lot of things that you could do over here, to be honest with you, when you start pooling your money and your resources. And it doesn't take a whole lot. But what we try to do, guys, when we get over here, even though we've got foreign friends and other expat friends, we still try to go it on our own. We don't ever try to pool our resources together. I had been talking about, it was a few months ago, one of my subscribers said, hey, why don't you he said, what would be the odds of 3 or 4 of us coming over there and getting one of those real nice places, Calvin, for maybe $1,000 a month? And I said, man, that's a great idea. If you can get 3 or 4 of us together to agree on something like that. Hey, what's up, Yusuf Amal Habib? He said, good morning, Mr. Homeowner. I thought that was a great message you sent me, by the way. His father, he was telling his father about, him watching my videos and him thinking about coming over here to the Philippines. And his father said, which I already warned you guys, whenever you start talking to your friends and family about coming here, they're going to discourage you. He said, I think that guy Calvin is bored. He said, how could he make a video every day? He's bored. He said, and if you go over there, you're going to be bored. But really, guys, I'm not bored. I mean, and I told Yusuf the same thing. I said, man, I wouldn't front like that. I wouldn't tell you I wasn't bored if I was bored for real. I said, I only really invest maybe 10 or 15 minutes a day on those vlogs. That's nothing. It's really a routine. But I thought that because John said he thought the same thing. But it's not, man. It's not hard to me. It comes real easy to me. And it's just part of my routine. I couldn't get bored over here, man. I've been coming here on and off for 12 years. I've never got it. Just for me, this place never gets old, man. Somebody else might be different from me. Hey, Love Beat Muse says, hey, brother Calvin. What he says, I am so happy for your moment. You put a tear in my eye too, brother. Yeah. You know, I tell you, Love Beat Muse, I think what happened was I got to hearing, it kind of started, man, when they got to singing them church songs, because I grew up in the church, but I don't go to church anymore. And they start singing that, and then they start praying, and I'm looking over at my girlfriend. She's just happy as a lark. You know, and I get to thinking about all she's been through, and it's, you know, I kind of like held it in, and then when that lady put that camera in my face, man, I was speechless, man. It really, I couldn't have, if I'd have kept going, man, I'd have broke down. But thank you, man. It really was a special time, man. I thought it would have hit me a long time ago. I don't know why it hit me yesterday, but it did. Hey, Jeffrey Chatter, thanks for that super chase and blessings to you, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. What's up, the beach of life? Yeah, King Arthur, we finally got in there, man. Yeah, I'm happy as a Lord. And I tell you something, man. Living where I live now versus where I'm living at the moment, it's like I'm living in the Philippines over there. Because when I come outside, I'm looking at this big green field. I'm looking at coconut trees, mango trees, cows, goats, chickens. You can see the volcano. It has this province feel to it, man. And John will tell you, there's a breeze coming through there. It's consistent the whole day, man. And I'm really happy with that, man. I'm really satisfied with it, man. Yeah, it's airy, Red Jam Rock. I promise you. And yeah, we're gonna get one for our room, one central. They call it a split area over here, and then one for that main little area, and that's it. It's breezy over there, man. And see, I like to read. I sit out there right in front of the my door and get that breeze, and it'll give me a chance to see. Now what I'm going to do now is go ahead and pay the engineer to get my fence. I have to pay another engineer to draw it up, and then he's going to go ahead and build it for me. But what helps us is, you see that gray house that y'all seen next to us all the time. I told you they had a house sitter there. Well, they're back there. So see, now all those three houses are occupied. So that gives us a level of security. And, you know, we didn't have any problems last night. Hey, what's up, Pumpkin Joe, Philippine Spirit? Said, good morning, love you home, Calvin. Cal, Mar, Bobby G. Yeah, well, it was nice, man, I tell you. And Booby slept all the way through the day. Because there's something about this place in here. It's just too, see, you know, for me, I like to see these windows over here. I like to be able to look out of windows, man. And here is just a straight, you don't really see anything. John is going to like it because he likes his privacy. But I like to come out, and that house has a lot of windows, man. I really love that. Jacob Tanjay, thank you. He said, brother Calvin, congrats on the new crib. I'm happy for you, man. I appreciate it, Jacob. Phil Rogers said, John, what was in the bottle you were walking around with? John had water in that bottle, but my girlfriend went out and bought like maybe, I guess like 2 cases of San Miguel in the 12-ounce bottles, and then she bought a fill for that Tanduay. Was it Tanduay, John? Oh, they were feeling good over there. They were laughing and joking. I'm going to tell you, it's funny. And, of course, you know, the mother was over there. She was feeling good. they call them green jokes over here, where they, it's talking about the mother and is she too old for sex and all that. She said, no, she can still fight, she said. Hey, Ray Cologne, he said, good morning, Calvin and family. You made me cry. Bless you, brother. Yeah, man, I don't know what happened to me, but it was real emotion, man. It just, I thought when the man gave us that key, it was going to, it was going to hit me then, but it didn't. It was only when I knew I was going to stay all night that, we were really moving in there. We've already told the landlord, we'll pay our last electric bill tomorrow and the water bill, take it to them so that they'll give us our deposit back. It's basically just like getting your money back, really. What's up, JH? Yeah, okay, that was Empatador. Okay, John, I didn't know. I thought it was Tandawite. She got a big old filth of Empatador. Ishmael Marshall Calvin, now they got Pfizer pill coming, which they say is more effective than the needle of stopping the virus. Whatever, man. I've already taken it. It's more and more Filipinos. See, what's really happening, guys, is this. More and more Filipinos are getting vaccinated. That's why these numbers are fell down just dramatically, man. Almost to the point where they were looking at having less than 2,000 cases by the end of this month. They're already in between 1,500 to 1,700. They're saying by the end of this month, it's going to dip below 1,000 cases, man. And that's really what you're seeing. People are getting vaccinated. They got this vax to the max scheme going on. And, but what's slowing them up, and see, the housekeeper we've got here, this young lady, she's from the province. Because see, that's getting ready to start. They already started vaccinating 12 to 17-year-olds over here. But by her being from the mountains and stuff, she's talking about she don't want to do it. And it's all kind of crazy beliefs up there. My girlfriend's brother, his wife died. Now, she had kidney problems. They wanted her to go on kidney dialysis. She thought somebody put a spell on her, and it was sad, man. She was only 36 years old. She died, but they got them beliefs up there in the mountains and in provinces. So the government said, hey, we're going to make it mandatory. And this is the Philippines. They'll do it, and they won't have any pushback like in America. If they say you got to get vaccinated over here, buddy, you better do it. Hey, Kiss, keep it simple, survivors, and good morning, Mr. Calvin. Thank you. But yeah. Hey, Levon White. See, I'm starting to, over there, man, I don't have any problems. I need, hold on. Tell her to give me tissue. It's this room here. It's this old wooden bed, and underneath the bed it's wood, so the sawdust is coming out of it. It gives me a problem, man. I'm not taking this bed. I'm going to buy another regular bed. And I was thinking about using it. Huh? All of it? What about in the bathroom? There's some in the bathroom. I was thinking about putting it in the guest house, but I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make them suffer either. He says, Jason Flint said, Sunshine Shoulders. That's okay. Now that you have completed this bucket list to build your own house, what's next for you and your girlfriend? Do you have another bucket list entry you're working on now if you want to share? That's a great question. We were just talking about that. Of course, we got the security wall in the guest house, but we're going to look for, we love the beach. And we got Sapaway Island about 8 minutes away. And we're thinking about going over there because that's always been a dream of mine, to own something near the beach. And from what I heard, the land over there is really, really cheap. Now we're not gonna build a house, but what we'll do, maybe get us 100 square meter lot or something like that, and have like maybe like a 25 square meter construction put there, like not hollow block probably, maybe bamboo or something with a CR, just so we could go there on the weekend. But yeah, that's a great question, Jason. But that's what I was telling my wife. See, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Once you bucket list, before you kick the bucket list of things you want to do, when you set goals and you reach a goal, you better have another one ready. Because if you don't, man, you're gonna go, you're gonna stop in your tracks. I learned that a long time ago. Once you reach a goal, man, have another one ready. But yeah, that's a good question. That's what we want to do, Jason. Hey, Lonnie Franklin, thank you. He says, congratulations on your new house, Calvin. I got a little emotional watching the video. Yeah, I wanted to show y'all that tradition because we don't do that where I come from. A housewarming, somebody might give you a vase or a plant or something. One guy, he bought me a ceiling fan. I haven't installed it yet. They'll do stuff like that, but they don't bring the priest over there and he's, throwing holy water and all that stuff, man. I wanted y'all to see that. But yeah, boredom, I'm really not bored, man. I promise you. If I was bored, I would tell you. It was a few over there, but it was some. Now, the ones you seen was John's wife and Bill's wife. But there was a couple of women that came later, but they had to go to a wedding. But I think they both have boyfriends, right? Are they both married? Is Molly married? She's
already widowed.
Oh, she's a widow? Now, this woman, she works out, right?
Yeah.
She's nice looking. I think y'all classmates, right? Yeah. They're the same age. And I guarantee you this, because me and John was talking about that yesterday. I said, yeah, John, look at her. What do you think about her? And he liked her. She's tall and, she's built. And she's a widow. And she's young. Well, how old was her husband then? How old was he when he died?
37.
Wow, 37. And I don't think has she been with anybody since? She hasn't been with anybody since, guys. Hey, Eric Terry, thank you. Eric, that's what that is. What makes it simple is the price, really. They did an excellent job on that house. But what makes it simple is the price. And that's really what it is. When I got all them people in there yesterday, it'll show you really how much room we have in there. That open space when you come through the front door and you got the living room and that little dining area in the kitchen, man, you get a lot of people in there. And it's only going to be me, my girlfriend, Booby, and her two daughters. I mean, trust me, man, there's plenty of room over there. Edwin Vega, hey, Calvin, are you fishing any over there? I'm not. He said the frigid birds will show you where the Maya are chasing the flying fish from a long way off. I don't. People ask me that all the time. Cal Devin said, music my thing. I play drum, congos, grass strips, reliever. Yeah, and I'm supposed to be, if the guy's back today from him and his family went to Bacala Thursday for a few days. He's supposed to be back today. He's supposed to take me into the studio. And, because I let him listen to a couple, and he's a real musician. I let him listen to a couple of my, songs. He said, man, I'm going to get you out of that karaoke mode. He said, I want people to really hear you. So he's going to help me, this guy's good too, guys. Because really, a lot of it, man, when you hear these songs on the radio and stuff, man, they're in the studio. And the sound and quality, you see me on those little mics I got and that little Bluetooth. You see that little Bluetooth speaker I got. I've got the music coming from there. And then I'm just singing along with it. When I get in the studio and, he can work his magic, he said people are going to start taking you serious. And I just want to do it, man. I stress anybody. It's never too late. When I came over here, man, I want a new life. I'm trying it all. I'm writing my book. I'm writing 1 page a day. I'm making myself do it. Who's to say, I'm recording music. Whatever else I want to do, I'm going to do it. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Spiritual Calvin, I need to get one of those fire sticks you got. I'll send you the email of Iskandari Television. He's right over here in Manila. Well, up in Cavite. Pumpkin Joe, I'll give you his information. Hey, Mo, he said, board in the PI? You must be chairman of the board. No, you ain't going to get bored over here, man. But remember, guys, whenever you tell your friends and family, they can't see that far. They can't wrap their mind around it. And they're going to discourage you, man. They're going to say stuff like that. But I don't see how you would get bored over here. And you got to realize, man, my woman works out. She was a volleyball player and all that, man. She's sexy, man. I'm not going to get bored, man. If anything else, hell, we'll go in there and do some tumbling and fighting. Yeah. Black Diamond says, Calvin, you don't know why it hit you. It hit you because the Holy Ghost was there. Don't take cold, it goes lightly, bro. Don't take it lightly. Something hit me, man. Believe it or not. Doug Carr said, Calvin, it hit you because you finally actually saw it as your own home, deep in your soul. Anyone could tell in the video. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you, with them songs and everything, man, like I said, my girlfriend was so happy yesterday. She even was drinking yesterday. She normally don't drink. She was feeling good. And I think that's what kind of got me, because Filipinos got stories, man. Every Filipino has a story. And when you get over here, man, and you hear some of their stories, we were talking about that yesterday, me and John and Bill. Bill's from California. It's going to touch you, man, Jason Flint said, waking up every day with life in my eyes is where I want to be. Yeah, I really like that little area over there. Big D said, I don't care where you live in the world. Time to time you get bored. Yeah, well, bored just means uninterested. And if I get bored, which, that's a natural reaction. But you don't stay bored. It's not like, like what was going on with me in America where I said, well, I got to get out of here. I just go to Sapaway. I tell you what, we've got an affinity to water because, hell, we're 75% water. If you bored or you depressed or anxious or something, go stand on the beach. You don't even got to go swimming. Just go walking up and down the beach, looking at that water, hearing the waves crashing against the shore. It's therapy, man. And I learned this when I went to Mexico. I used to get up every morning when I went to Cancun for those 10 days, and I'd run up and down that little, because you got the Gulf of Mexico, I guess that is over here. Then you got like a river or some type of on the other side. I'd run up down that main strip every morning, and I'd see people early in the morning, 5:36 in the morning. And I just see people just standing there, hundreds of people, man, just looking out at the water. And I thought to myself, what are these people doing? Is this some type of Mexican ritual or something? But we've got an affinity to water. Pumpkin Joe says, yeah, Calvin, boredom isn't an issue for me either. There is so much to do, place to visit. YouTube keeps me occupied. My family here completes my life. I wouldn't trade it. Yeah, I'm like you. I'm not bored in that way that is, that I'm going to lie to anybody about it. But I already told y'all what to do, what I do over here. I got me a routine. And then, you're going to have to meet, just talking to John and Bill yesterday, believe it or not, man, it was like I was back in the States for real. The only thing that made me know I was in the Philippines was it was hot as hell. And, I'm in the Philippines. But when you got good people like that you can sit around and talk to and, just pass the time with, man, that helps, man. It's therapy. Sam Champion said, all right, folks, tonight to turn those clocks back. If you're in one of those states that observe daylight tricking time. Yeah, we have to go through all that stuff. And you got to remember to do that, man. Now, you'll be late for work, or church, or whatever. They got the fiesta. Was yesterday the last day?
Yeah.
Yesterday was the last day here. Normally, man, these fiestas here, they're off the charts. And when you get over here, you're going to notice that. Because I did a video one time. It's called Filipinos Love to Party. Because somebody asked me that, said, do they love to party? What do they do over there? And, man, they do everything. They got fiestas, festivals, birthday parties, religious holidays. Some of the biggest in the world over here. The Sinulog. Then they've got that Mascara festival in Bacolod. Then they got one over in Iloilo. I'm talking about these is big that attract millions of people, man, when you get over here. It's like the Mardi Gras and stuff like that. Yeah, Jacob Chanje said the sunshine shows across all the channel on tape. Well, you got to have that, I know a lot of my viewers, they don't eat pork, but I don't eat it a lot. But on special occasions like that, you got to have the lechon here, man. That's part of it. And whoever cooked that lechon is one of her friends, matter of fact. You see how evenly cooked that was? That's a lechon. We paid like all together for all that food, man. I mean, it was enough to feed an army, really. We paid about $140. That was that lechon, that big-ass lechon. Then it had shrimp, fish fillet, which was delicious, chicken, spaghetti, egg rolls, what they call it lumpia here, some type of sausage balls or something. What was that? Oh, it was delicious. Then, of course, the big rice, then the Coke, the drinks. Then they brought all the tables and chairs and serving thing. It was good, man. Eric said I haven't seen. He said I should have sent something for the house. That's okay, brother. You said you got a box coming. I'm just happy, man, to get out of here, really. When you spend that money like that, you want something, you want a return on your investment. And it had been a month. And, my girlfriend had brought this up to me before. She said, why don't we just go over that electrics over there and pay the neighbor? And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Because I was thinking we're going to hook these air conditioners and stuff. I said, I don't want to be running up his bill up and then have to, pay his bill. And so that was about 3 weeks ago. So we ended up doing it. Yeah, he said, I saw some cuties on the video, Cal. Yeah, there was a few, but most of them, the two was John's wife and Bill's wife. And then she had a couple of friends there, but hell, they were all with somebody too. But it's a bunch of them over here. Hey, good morning, Roger. As Anderson said, Melena told her husband he better move to the fields. The only piece of A he would get is when his finger goes through the toilet paper. Clayton Murray said, boredom allows time for the imagination and visualizing a potential future. There's always choices to be made. It never ends. Yeah, that's sort of like what Big D said. You know, but I'm going to tell you something over here. It's a lot to do if you want to do it. If you want to be bored, you can be bored. But now I think bored and being homesick are two different things. Now, because you can get that mixed up. Bored over here, man. I tell you, it's something to do to easily fix that. Now, homesickness, that's another story. What you probably have to do is just get on the plane and go home, man. Papa Kiko says, after watching the house blessing video, I'm more pumped up than ever. About to jump off the hamster wheel in 2 weeks, and you inspired me. Thank you, man. And I tell you, Philippines, man, they're right here, man. They're close. They've already basically opened up to fully vaccinated domestic tourists here. And I always remind you guys that the domestic tourism is the backbone of the industry over there. It's not international tourists coming in. You got to get this up and running first. And see, I told you that a long time ago. When you see this start opening up the domestic thing, it's only just a matter of time before the international opens up. But people were talking about the international opening up. I said, man, we're locked in. We're locked down over here. Don't fool yourself. Until you see it open up here first, would there ever be any chance of them allowing the international tourists back in? But now, man, it's opened up, man. Hey, Kano. He said, hey, guys from Nicaragua, you're still there, man. When are you supposed to come back? Dylan Carr said the pig was great, but the bread and fish fillets were my favorite. Yeah, I was shocked. But remember, Filipinos don't really eat fish fillet. They didn't like it. It was delicious to me. It's what I'm used to eating at home. Yusuf said, are you in the living room now when you eventually do your live stream outside again? We missed the water delivery interruption. Well, the only reason I'm at home where I normally am outside. I haven't changed my Wi-Fi over yet. We'll do that tomorrow, Yusuf. But I'm inside because we took all the fans over there. It's hot out there. Remember, it's the Philippines, and there's no breeze coming through here like it is at home. It's 20,000 Ishmael. That's 1 million pesos. That sounds like a lot, but it's $20,000. And I tell you, the guy he finished it right on schedule and right on budget. You can't ask for any more than that. It was like some type of divine intervention kicked in because I already put it out there in the universe before we even had chosen an engineer. I wanted somebody I could trust, somebody who was going to give us our money's worth because, look, guys, that was everything I had, okay? That was pushing it. You got to realize I paid that off in 3 months, man. That's a lot of money for me. And he could have easily screwed me over, man. I just wanted my money's worth. It wasn't about the 20,000 of being cheap, because that's one engineer we wrote him off because everything out of his mouth was, I'm cheap. I can do it cheap. I don't want it cheap. Just give me my money's worth, man. Domingo Ojeda says, the people were amazing building our house in a leading city. I have to get used to the heat too. Yeah. I was telling John them, we were in there yesterday. I said, look around here. This isn't paint. Now, the wall right there is paint, and the ceiling is paint, but the concrete walls, that's that white cement, they call it, the skim. I mean, them guys, they didn't do that. They did that with a trowel, you know. It looks like they took a roller or a brush and painted that stuff on, man. These guys did a hell of a job, man. Oh, okay. Big D says he's in between Iligan City and Cagayan de Oro. You're not over there by, so you're not far from Morawi then, are you? Big D. Benny G said, how much would a gate and wall cost around the perimeter of the house? I told him I had a budget of $100,000, Benny G. That's about $2,000. So that's what he already showed me what it's going to look like, but I haven't made it official. He sent me the drawing for it. Now, once I pay I got to pay the engineer the draft for drafting it up, $200. And then I have to get my fence permit. You need a permit to do that. But yeah, I told him $2,000. I probably could get it done less, but because he did such a good job on my house, I'm going to give him that business for my wall and gate, and also for my guest house. Yeah, Rock Engineering, Johnny Grant, ROCKK, actually. Yeah, he was Cheap Charlie. Now I come to find out he was on, he's on Shabu anyway. Somebody told me anyway. So that would have been a nightmare, guys. If he'd have took my money and, you know, messed it up like that. But Rock Engineering, you know, and then even if you're in an area where Rock Engineering can't help you, he probably knows somebody. I would talk to him, believe it or not, to be honest with you. Yeah, because he just kept saying cheap, and that just that was a red flag for me. I'm like, I don't want cheap. Y'all saw those little houses across the street from me when the engineer told me 52 square meters, what I was thinking. If I'd have gave that guy my money, that's what I would have had. And because I only had one chance. And that's what I told the engineer. I set him down. Because he gave me his original plans that he showed me was double that. And I said, man, I can't afford that. You know, it was $40,000. It was $2 million. I said, no, I can't afford that. I can afford $1 million. You show me what you can give me for $1 million if you can do it. And he came back with that. And I'm so happy, man. What's up, LaVon White? You know, I told you my iPhone's messed up, so I don't know if you've been trying to text me or anything on my WhatsApp. But yeah, it's I can't access my WhatsApp. I may have to download it on my computer if I can. Doug Carr says, Sam Champion, I'm going to stick my memories of man in a box and put it on the curb for recycle pickup. Hey, Miss D says, congratulations on your new home, Calvin. Wishing you all much happiness, peace, and love. I love to see people accomplish what they want in life. Yeah, I've been given a new start, really, is what it is. I still got my same life. I just got I've been able to recreate my life. And that's what I tell guys, you know, I don't care how old you are. It's never too late to start over, man. And that's really what I did. Hey, D says, congratulations, Cal. Thank you for letting us be a part of this great journey. House looks amazing. Your big heart and generosity is the biggest gift to the Philippines and the world. Hey, thank you, man. And, you know, I thought to myself, I was like, should I even, you know, because I was thinking, well, maybe they'll think I'm bragging by, you know, building this house in front of everybody. I wasn't going to do it, but I'm glad I did it now. because I think it inspired a lot of guys. I think it showed a lot of people that, hey, man, you can do it. Come on over here. You know, let me put this out here too, guys. Some of us just need a break. Some of us don't, you know, you may not want to be an expat and live in another country full time. But I promise you, man, you probably do need a break. If you could take 2, 3, 6 months away from that hamster wheel, man, you'll be shocked at the benefits, man. I mean, really. S. Anderson said, hey, Cal, if you buy rice by the bag and it comes from China, you can afford to. You should stock up on a few extra bags. A large price wave coming out of Chinese rice and canned goods. I don't know if I can get it, but she's got a connection when we do our electronic community pantry giveaway. We get it for 1,000. Is it 1,050, honey? Just 1,050 pesos for a 25 kilo sack of rice. That's about 52 pounds of rice. I don't know. And probably if I bought it more than that, I could probably get a better price. But yeah, I don't know where I could get rice from China. Hey, Johnny Grand, he said your house is modern, stylish, and just the right size. It is. I was shocked how big it was. But it gave me an idea yesterday when we had about 20 people in there. And, you know, we went stumbling over each other. Robert says, I'm curious about the water pressure. It's not coming out of there like that. But I'm going to get a water tower, and that will help. But it's enough. You know, it's about the same in here. But no, it's not a jet like you're used to at home. Hey, thanks, Levon White, for the super chat. Say, hello, Calvin. It's playoff time for youth football. Okay, I'm moving to the Philippines to get away from youth sports. I'm tired of freezing. Yeah, I forgot where you are. You're in Pennsylvania, right? So I know it's cold there by now. I played Little League football, 12 and under. You dirty puppy, he said, good morning, Calvin, in chat. Yeah, good morning. So I guess it would be evening there. Benny G said, Calvin, was the cost $1 million for the house pandemic prices? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. There was something in the paper today about, actually, inflation went down a little bit in October. But meat, like poultry, chicken, vegetables, and fish, they went out of the roof here. Poultry was up 11.5%. Vegetables like onions, 11%, and then fish was up 10%. But everything else was low. But yeah, the cost of supplies went up. But see, what I was telling John, and he had a friend over here who did the same thing. The engineer made money. Now, if I would have had that same crew, which that would be hard to do because I don't know anybody over here, I could have built that house for minus what his profit would have been. Remember that. But I would have had to go out and buy all the supplies, and it would have been a lot of time and everything. But you can do it. But to me, because I'm an insurance agent, time is money to me. So that's what we paid him for, and he earned every bit of it. Eric Terry says, I can't wait. I'm planning a 2 or 3 month vacation in the Philippines this summer. You're going to be here. Hey, I said I wasn't going to, I'm not going to give a specific date, but about the summer in America, before the Philippines is going to be fully open. I guarantee you, man. I love Beat Muse said, hell, that Chinese rice may be plastic. Yeah, man, you got to be careful of what's going on. See, Filipinos, they know rice. to me, it's all the same to me. But my girlfriend, she knows the difference. It's a lot of different rice, man. I didn't realize it, but yeah, it's different. And she can tell. She does not buy rice from the grocery store. She said it's low quality. So we get it from her supplier. Kona Ranger says, I'm happy for you, Calvin, on your new home. Congratulations. Don't forget to put a smoke detector. Yeah, we got we have the smoke detector. It just wasn't on the wall yet. I got to get some adhesive. Most of the fixtures that I'm going to have there are going to be the adhesive type because they're concrete. Otherwise, I don't want somebody to get in there and put all the holes in my wall. You got to know what you're doing when you're dealing with that hollow block. And then tile on the wall. But yeah, we've got a smoke detector, and we actually have a fire extinguisher. We needed them both when the fire department came through and inspected. They made us go out and get it. I didn't know that, that you needed it. Oh man, John Calder said 8th anniversary of Typhoon Yolanda tomorrow. We were in Lady. We here in Lady will be remembering. Yeah. Is that all it was? Let me see. Yeah. Was that 2013? I thought that was 2011. I guess it was. But yeah, I went to John. I was in right before the pandemic, January 2020. I was into Cloven City. And man, it just has this dark cloud hanging over it. I met some outstanding people there, and whatever I normally tip, I tipped double when I was there because I knew the struggle that they were going through. And I spoke to some locals, and everybody said, the news said 6,000, 7,000 people, but everybody I talked to said 20 or 25,000. They said it was hardly anybody that didn't know somebody that perished in that that surge is what killed everybody, guys. It wasn't the typhoon. Most of the people survived that typhoon. It was that water surge that came back, and nobody was expecting it, man. And I tell you what, if you ever go there, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. It's just even. It's sea level, and and when they tell you that's what killed the people, you're like, oh, I see now. Clayton Murray said, men and house building go together. That was vlogging gold. He said that was vlogging gold to be able to watch the progress, the special project of vlog. Yeah, thanks, man. I didn't know whether to do it or not, but I did it. And I'm glad I did, man. I tell you. And I'm going to do the same thing with that wall and with the guest house. Okay, yeah, Levon White. He says, yeah, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's cold there already. Robert Dean says, all we have is gravity flow from a tank on the roof. Water filled the tank at night. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what I'm talking about, Robert. That's what I'm going to get, a tank. We were looking at some the other day. Hell, look, in a little place like St. Carlos City, it's hard for me to even find curtain rod, something to hold up the curtain rods. You know what I'm saying? Here, it's hard. They got those little hooks. But hell, I don't know if what type of screws would even go through something like that. Jay says, Calvin, how many square meters is your house? It's 52 square meters, about 569 square feet. And when he told me that, I was like, man, that's going to be tiny. I need that myself, but no, it turned out good. That design he got was good. And remember, Filipinos are small people. He was right. Man, this guy was on the money, man. He can be trusted. He said, Calvin, this is the typical Filipino house. He said, it's not going to be small. And it wasn't. It turned out to be really a perfect size for me. Okay, Jacob Tanji. Be careful, brother. Love Beat Muse says, speaking of sea level, how high is St. Carlos City? Well, I'm not sure. It's not high. You can go up in the mountains but we're not right there like in, we're right out the sea though. But we're not even with it like to Cloven, man. But yeah, you're right there. I don't know how high it is, but it's not high. It's flat. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Skeptical Sorcerer. He said, Gorilla or Crazy Glue would work for a permanent fixture, and that's what we're going to have to do, even when we start hanging pictures. Because man, when you talking about putting something through here, you better know what you're doing. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, everybody. Y'all know it helps me. Also, what happened? No, I was not showing them this is hard. About 45% of my viewers aren't subscribed, man. I found out that when you subscribe, it helps me. It helps my videos get out to more people. And you know, it's free, guys. You know, if you want to subscribe, just hit the subscribe button. I don't see why you wouldn't. Let's see. Benny G says, Calvin, if you decided to self-build, I don't think you could have built that house for less. Between the skin tax and your day-to-day, yeah, you're right. Supervision, you would have paid much more and a lot more headaches. Yeah, and that's where, oh, okay. He says, my screen is blurry. Is it? Is my screen blurry, guys? Because I know that I don't have YouTube on today. Yeah. Dylan Carr said to Calvin, Sunshine shows why not have welders who did your roof make brackets. That's a great idea. And, you know, see, over here, Doug, that's the difference between how people do business. They do it differently over here. Now, you know, as much as I love the engineer, once he built that house, he hasn't checked back on me like, hey, Calvin, is there anything else you need? Is there anything else we could do? Because there's a lot of things that I'm going to have to do to that house that he could easily help me. I would pay, but he's just on to another project, and I understand that. But if that were an American, if I was the engineer, I'd be over there like, hey, is there anything else you need? Do you need me to get somebody to do this? What about the bars on the window? What about this? What about that? See? But over here, I think you're going to have to, you basically have to go and ask them. They're not going to show that type of initiative. See, because, you know, he should be asking me stuff like that. Okay, that must be you, Mark, because a couple of people said I wasn't blurry. Glenn Robinson, thank you, and Jason Flint, thank you. Okay. Now, S. Anderson says that St. Carlos City sea level elevation 2 meters, about 7 feet. Now, you dirty puppy, he lives here. He said 26 feet. You know, we've got a boulevard, and you can look down. It's not, you know, that we're not high at all, guys, to be honest with you. But the weather here is not like it is in the eastern Visayas. This is considered, I guess, the central or western Visayas. When you get over back to Cloven and down in Lady and Samar, that's when it gets ugly, man. That weather gets ugly, guys. Yeah, Clayton, my lighting is messed up in here. I don't have a choice. Either there, I'm be sweating and all my clothes are going to be sweating. That's why I came in here. Yeah, that light is behind me. and see if I turn around. Let me see. Let me get a chair. Maybe I can turn around and put the light in front of me. I think that'll help. Yeah, is that better, guys, or what? I don't know. Maybe it is. A little better anyway. Now the light's in front of me. Yeah, let me see. I tell you what, this so stupid computer that I got, believe it or not, the damn camera's in the keyboard. So I had to go out and buy a camera that I'm sticking into the side of here. Because if I had if you were watching me from my account, the original camera, you'd be looking up my nose. Yeah, it's not that high above sea level, guys. I promise you. And Jason Flint said, the beach of life, well, if Jeebus is coming for you, I would take caution. I'm waiting on Jesus. Oh, well. He said, well, I don't know. And Jason Flint, maybe he's picking me up on his way to see you. This guy said, stop whining about blurriness. He said, just stop using an old Nokia to watch. He said, Calvin, you need more light and John needs less light. Yeah, but when I get over there, man, you're going to see it's a whole lot better. Yeah, the light's above me. I'm not going to worry about it. Because today it's my last live stream over here. Tuesday when I do my live stream, I should be over there because it's not going to take them. They said they can connect it directly. It's not going to be a delay because I asked them. The text is blurry. Biggie B says, hey, Cal, I'm happy the PI is opening up back to original plan, fully get off the hamster wheel in 6 months. Yeah, you should be okay. Unless something just spectacular happens, guys, I promise you, this place is going to be opening up, man. The domestic side is open. I can go just about anywhere now. A couple of places I still need a swab test, but if I really wanted to go, the swab test is no big deal because you don't need that quarantine. See, I take the swab test. I don't want the quarantine. And it's funny because the United States is not even on the Philippine green list. If the Philippines opened up right now, you guys coming from the U.S., you would still have to quarantine in one of them government hotels or government facilities for 14 days. But the people on the green list, they don't. They self-monitor for 14 days. The first day being the day that you arrive. I was reading that today. But yeah, the United States, if the Philippines opened up right today, if you're coming from America, you'd have to quarantine. But the United States has put in an application with the Philippines to at least get on the yellow list, because they got so many Filipinos that live there. More Filipinos live in America. More Filipinos living abroad live in America than anywhere else. But because of the spikes in those cases over there, they get the United States is not on the list. Thailand's not on the list. So you can go to Thailand, but when you go to Thailand from the Philippines, you're gonna have to quarantine, and then when you come back, you're gonna have to quarantine. D go down and say you always get a little blurry after one of those weed. Robert Dane said, how much was the pig? Well, we just bought a package deal, Robert, for 8,000 pesos. Well, 8,500 pesos. So that's about $150. And that was enough for 25 people. It's a lot of food. Filipinos are like black people. When we go to barbecues, they take food with them. And it's still a lot, man. I mean, trust me, because that's her friend's business. She gave us a lot of food, man. And I promise you, our Filipinos, they'll take 3 or 4 plates, and they'll even come back and eat again, even after taking plates. And it's still a lot. Yeah, Bill, it's a good price. It was a good price because it came with the drinks too and the setup. Remember, we didn't have no tables and chairs. They did all the tables, all the chairs. It was really good. He said, yeah, but Calvin, they got China on the green list. What a joke. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't do a whole lot of that. Now, this guy that I'm supposed to go see today, he's got that green screen. He makes outstanding videos, guys, but no one's watching. Him and his wife, they've got 3,000 subscribers, and, they're monetized, but his channel, since it's been monetized, only earned $132. But that's because you got to realize most of their viewers are from here, man, And then YouTube is just so glutted with these family channels, guys. If you're talking about doing a family channel, you might as well not even do it. It's like a sorry. It's like having that's a family channel in the Philippines with a foreigner and a Filipina and their family. It's like the sorry store of YouTube, man. You might as well just forget it. I mean, really, man. You got to do something different. You got to give the people what they want. And I was telling people like Pumpkin Joe's, Philippine Experience, Cliff and Rue, sometimes, these guys, we took a survey yesterday why we came over here. John said women, I said women, Bill said women. You got to talk about the women, guys, if you're going to want people to watch you. I mean, I don't see any other way around that. Oh, yeah, I'll be able to watch this. I think I'm going to have to go in here, Domingo, because this Iskandari TV app is all that, man. If you over here overseas, anywhere overseas, and, you want to see live TV from back home or anything like that, you can do it. Derek, what's going on? He said, Doug called it the champ. Bob, it was delicious. It looked like something out of Cebu. See, Cebu is known for its lechon. But I like it when it's evenly. You see how it looked like somebody spray painted that thing. That's what you want. You want that even bronze looking color like that. You don't want it all, and it looked good. It wasn't too big because some of them are big and you don't want them too big either. Biggie B says, love that house you built. Now to convince the wife that we don't need the Western size house that we can, even barely clean. You're very inspirational to all. I'm glad I found your channel. Thank you, brother. And see, that's where I am, Biggie B. I don't need that big stuff that I had over there. And you're right, it's going to be even hard to keep clean. And you're only going to be in one room at a time anyhow. That's how I am. Hey, Mike, thanks for the super chat. He said, hey, Calvin, congrats on the new house. I'm extremely happy for you and your family. Your housewarming celebration was very touching and moving, I have to admit. I even got a little emotional. Man, I tell you, thank you, brother. They came out of nowhere. I never expected that. You know, I thought I was going to get emotional when the guy gave me the key, but it didn't. But yeah, Biggie B, see, I'm a minimalist now. You imagine I haven't driven a car in 3 years. I haven't driven a car in 3 years, man. And I'm the type of guy, I gotta have a nice car. You know, I'm an insurance agent. I just like driving around, letting people look at me. I drive around and around. When I had my convertible, that's all I would do is drive around all day with the top down. And then if it was cool, hell, I'd have the heat on with the top down. I was stupid like that. But now I don't even want a car. You couldn't put me behind the wheel of a car, believe it or not. Yeah, that's a little over 150. Let's see. I always just break it down to 50 pesos. So $8,050. That's about what? $140 or something. Or is it? No, it's $160. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's about $165 is what that is. Yeah. Yeah, Biggie B said, hit the thumbs up, guys. Come on. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that Love Beat Muse. I don't want that green screen. Pasteurizing your look. You're right. I'm a tech. I was sending you links for an inexpensive upgrade podcast set. Yeah, it would be better like that. But, you know, he actually told me, he said, Calvin, that's probably one of the attractions of your, because he's a techie, right? And he says, probably one of the attractions of your channel. He said, people just see a guy standing in front of a camera, you know, talking, you know, pouring his heart out. He said, it's probably one of the appeals, you know, without all this fancy stuff and, you know, all this editing and all that. See, I wouldn't edit, man. I would never do that to you guys. Unless I'm doing something like, if I'm doing like a review of a hotel or restaurant or something like that. Yeah, Bill Ellis, less is more. This is the way I look at it now. I really don't, I just don't want that stuff anymore. I don't even have a piece of jewelry anymore. And I used to like my jewelry. I don't even have a piece of jewelry anymore. To be honest with you, it's just, yeah, this is the only type of in her structure I want. In her structure, yeah. And boy, did I get a tune-up last night, man. I'm going to tell you guys something. You know, she'll be trying to pay me back for the rest of her life for building the house over there. But yeah, it's crazy. Mr. Tucker said, very modest, Calvin. The house blessing is beautiful. What's up, my sunshine shows family? Yeah, I've become well, that's the way that I've changed since I've been over here. I've realized I don't need as much to be happy and to live as I thought I did. But remember, I was always trying to keep up with the Joneses subconsciously. I would tell you I wasn't doing it, but subconsciously I was. To be, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I love you, music, natural, real nitty gritty, man. That's it. I don't know this stuff anyway. I'm still green. I really don't know. You know, Jason Flint told me, he said, man, you need to start putting, and this was only maybe, was it last month, Jason, or maybe September, he said, you need to put tags on your videos, man, to, you know, for YouTube, for the algorithm to maybe expose you to more people. I didn't know that. I don't know any of that stuff, guys. I promise. I was just talking in the computer about my life experiences over here. That's all I do. My perspective. You're going to see something different, but you're not going to be able to say, hey, Calvin's full of you know what. Kente Dynasty says, discuss unconventional ways for living abroad, which was the name of the program. Yeah. Well, the first thing I was talking about was the buddy system, Kente Dynasty, where you come over here to the Philippines. Just like when I joined the Navy in 1981, they had this buddy system. You could join the Navy together. You could join the service, go into the service together with your best friend or your buddy. And in their opinion, which it's true, because I met guys in there, it makes you more comfortable and more easier for you to adjust. And then, by you seeing somebody, it helps with the homesickness. And I was just saying that would be an unconventional way to experience the Philippines the first time. Come over here with somebody live together for 6 months to a year. Look at the money you would save. It would help you all the way around on your living expenses, your homesickness. You got your partner with you, man. Imagine being able to travel this place with somebody that you got his back, he got your back. I mean, you can't put a price on that, guys. But I've never seen anybody do it. I'm pretty sure they do. Now, one guy, he may be on here now. He said he's gonna bring his son with him. His son's in his 20s or something. And see, something like that would be good. I was saying another thing, Kente Dynasty, is, a lot of people, they're worried about health insurance, which a good health insurance policy over here really is cheap, guys. But this is what you look into now. Don't wait till you get over here. You do it now. It's really cheap. But what you could do is you could get with 4 or 5 guys, and you don't have to put 4,000. You could put 2,000 each in there. And now you got 10,000. You got 500,000 pesos. But you can only use it for an emergency or major medical if you have an incident over here. And just leave it there. That's really how insurance works anyway. I think living single is unconventional over here in the Philippines. If you live single. But most of us, I don't know any. I met one brother in Cebu who was living by himself, but this was only after several living partners. See, most of us, the minute we get over here, we get a living partner, man. We move it right in because we want all the perks that come with that. I give you the 360. I talk about the disadvantages, man, but it's some hell of advantages being involved with a Filipino, man. And that's just a fact. It's a lot. And especially when you come in from America, and because Bill said something yesterday, it's exactly why I haven't been back home and probably won't go back for a long time. He says, I'm going home because I've got his roof, he's got to get some work done on the roof of his house in California. But he said, I really don't have anything to go back to. He says, my brother's dead, who he was close to. He said, I don't have any friends. He says, so I'm going to go over there and get things done as quick as I can as I come back. And I told him, I said, the one thing I would miss most of all would be my girl, over there, if I had to leave. Because I'm not going to be able to replace that over there. I promise you I won't. And I would miss that. But I don't have anything to go back to. I don't have a place to stay. I don't have a car. I don't have a job. And then my kids would probably get tired of me. Whoever I'm living with, they're going to get tired of you in America, man. Quick. Real quick. To be honest with you. And you're going to be, back out in the street, really. Sam Champion said, Calvin, I agree the buddy system is a great concept for those expats who have never been to the Philippines. That is what helps us sellers when we visit foreign ports. It helps to keep us safe. Yeah. It's something I was thinking about the other day. It's the reason I came up with this. I was like, man, what would it be like to be over here with your partner? A couple of friends, not just one, but a couple Because a guy had asked me before, he said, Calvin, what do you think about 3 or 4 of us getting one of them real nice places over there for $1,000 a month? I said, man, that would be nice if you could do that. If you could find that, you know. But I would love to, because I've never, John is the closest thing I've had to somebody that I've hung out with over here. Now, when I lived in Cebu, there was a guy, he was a cook, but he was in and out because he was working in Iraq. He basically be on call. His name was Jesse. He'd take me around. He had a brand new car and everything, but hell, he wasn't there all the time. They call him. He might be gone 6 months. He'd come back. But man, imagine if you had 2 or 3 guys you hung around with, you live with, y'all could figure that out. Because it's really easy to figure that out. Billy said, how's it feel improves your life? Well, it gave me that break that I needed. See, 1 or 2 weeks of vacation every year is just not enough for me as the years went by. It gave me that break. And almost from the first time I came here, Billy, I knew that eventually I was going to live here. You know, I eat better over here because I don't have a lot of the comfort foods. I'm forced to be my better self because I can't get comfortable over here like I can at home. So it's always pushing me to be better, to build a better version of myself. You know, then of course, you know, my relationships with women over here are so much better. I mean, and when you get to be my age, that's important. You know, I really don't need a woman to do a whole lot for me, but to be there when I need her, you know. But yeah, and it's giving me a chance to grow, man. I've really grown since I've come here, Billy. You know, I used to take a whole lot for granted until I moved here. But yeah, it forces you. You can't get lazy over here. You're 8,000 miles from home. You really don't know anybody. You can't rest on your laurels over here. I read a whole lot more. I've always been a reader, but I read a whole lot more. And I don't waste money like I used to, Billy. I save a lot of money now. That's how I was able to buy that house, by the way, because you have to understand the pandemic over here, we were basically locked down for 6 months. I mean, locked down, and you couldn't move. And I was down in Zamboanga. It's actually how I made a decision to start this channel. It was either that or lose my damn mind. Billy says it'd be good and nice to meet fellow expats when I move to Cebu. It's plenty there. Now, whether you'll be able to meet them and they want to move in with you or not and help you like on that buddy system. See, that's what I'm talking about. You see expats over here and we'll meet up and join groups and stuff, but we basically still are on our own. We never pool our resources. I'm pretty sure they've got some expats over here to do it because I mean, it's really a no-brainer, but I haven't experienced it. You know, imagine if you had, you could build a nice house if everybody decided, you know what, I'm going to put 10,000 up. And you get, just say 3 guys, and you say, well, you know, or we'll put 10,000 each a piece. You could build a nice house over here, man. Buy a lot and, you know, nice house and lot over here. But if you're an American, you're going to eventually fall out. You know, we just don't get along the way we used to. Jason Flint said, I get over there and live with another American. We're going to call the house a frat house because the women going to be in and out all the damn time. They're going to know up front what's going down. They in and out. Yeah, see? But eventually, it's always going to be something, Jason, somebody. But as long as you got that 2 bedrooms, you know, what difference does it make what he's doing in his bedroom? But a lot of times they'll fall in love And, you know, it just screws everything up. Yeah, you got to have a routine, Billy. That's a fact. Sam Champion says, Calvin, on Friday I had an interview for a job in your old stomping grounds. Yeah, if I'm selectee, would be my last assignment before I retire. Would be great. It's GS14. If not, I won't cry. Yeah, and that's a nice area, you know. They really cut back over there, Sam. I mean, that base is nothing like what it used to be. And then you just come on down to Louisville, you're about 45 minutes away. It reminds you of Virginia. It's a Commonwealth too. Yeah, S. Anderson said Cal left this at the left for better life in the fields. Yeah, I've got a better life. And even if it's not in the fields, man, it could be somewhere else. There's no rule that says you have to live your entire life in the country you were born. I think that's limiting ourselves. Some people obviously have created a situation where they can't go anywhere else. They have to live there, but I've just never been conventional, really, to be honest. So I've always thought outside the box, and I'm glad I did. I never was, you know, after a while, I got out of line, guys. I got out of that line. People thought I was crazy, and they still do, but that's okay, you know. But yeah, and you don't have to move permanent, you know. But see, we get locked up here. You think, you know, because you be an expat, you got to do it forever. You never can come back to the United States or nothing like that. That's not true, man. See, you got to have you got to be open-minded. You got to take some risk, man. You know, no risk, no reward. Yeah, if I had several millions of dollars and could live anywhere in the world, you know, who's to say? Maybe I would be somewhere in Florida, Arizona, California, somewhere like that. But that wasn't my situation. I had to look for another place based on my situation. You know, Bill Gates wasn't walking through that door. With no state said inspired to save up my $1 million pesos. Yeah. You know, see, 20,000, you could easily come up with that in America. And you could live, you know, you could live pretty good over on $1 million pesos. I don't understand what you mean. Do you ever get jaded? If so, how do you deal with that? I mean, what do you mean? I don't understand. You mean like haters or something? Or I don't understand. What do you mean? Like what? Trolls or something? I don't understand. What you mean by that? S. Anderson said, thumbs up, guys. Yeah. And Sam Champion, being a good Lolo or uncle that makes sure the family's taken care of is well respected. Yeah, they had a big discussion on Cliff and Ruse the other day about what should be your financial responsibility. And of course, you know, they dragged me into that, but you understand, guys, when I tell you, I'm not telling you not to take care of your woman or anybody like that. Once she's your woman, she's not your woman online. You don't know who you're dealing with online. This is my point of saying, hey, you know, don't be sending them a lot of money over there. If you want to help them, that's fine. But, you know, we always go overboard because we try to put the woman in layaway. We try to reserve her. We try to make an impression. And she picks up on that, man. These women know more about you than you could ever imagine. They got support groups. They know exactly what to do, what to say to get you to send that money. One of the women that was at my house blessing yesterday, that's her job. She fishes those dating sites, gets guys interested, gets them all psyched up, and they start sending money. That's it. She don't work. She won't let her boyfriend work. But they want to call it shallow. No, it's not shallow. Don't do nothing until you get the tune up. No, it's not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying don't do nothing until you get over here. You already gonna have to pay anyhow. It's already an unspoken agreement. Why are you paying now when you got to pay? This is more money you have to pay. It's not going to change once you get over here. So you might as well just pay when you get over here. AC King says, I didn't know how to quickly convert Philippine pesos to US dollars. Then someone told me to 2 times the amount and drop the last 2 zeros. It seems like something I should have already known but didn't. Yeah, I guess because it's what? Based on that 50. Yeah, because I guess 5,000 would be 10,000, and drop the last 2 zeros would make it 100. Yeah, but that's kind of complicated too. But yeah, and then remember, majority of my channel is 45 and over. You guys are old enough. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to send money over here, who am I to tell you not to? I tell you guys what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. And what I'm seeing is when y'all send that money over here, I'm seeing what they're doing with it. That's Booby. Hold on. Come here, Booby. Hold on, guys. But okay, can I ask a simple question then? What's the point of sending the money over here? If anybody's going to be honest enough to talk about it, what's the point? Why are you sending money over here? First of all, they know how sympathetic we are, how generous we are, and how we think. They know that $100 to you is not a lot of money. They know that $20 to you is not a lot of money. And they know that when you see their situation, you're going to be sympathetic to them. But all I'm asking you is, then why do you feel obligated to take care of somebody you don't know? That isn't giving you anything, by the way. Some guy got on, they're not in it. I mean, unless they're entertaining you some kind of way. I just don't see where your obligation is, I try to tell y'all over and over, it's first come, first serve, guys. So all that money you're sending over here will probably go to waste if you're playing around and can't get over here for whatever reason. Your job won't let you off, you don't have the money right at that time. If somebody comes over here, then more than likely you're going to get left in the dust. Billy says, how did you learn to vlog? I would like to vlog as a boo. I didn't. I still don't know, really. I just tell you my boots on the ground experiences, Billy. That's all. I tell anybody that wants to vlog, just talk about something 100% about. No one knows your life better than you. I think that I gained some traction because there's a lot of men who think like me who are ready to get off the hamster wheel. They're tired of that life over there. They want something different now that we're in the third quarter of our life. And I've always talked about that. I just talked, you just talk about what you want to talk about. And then, it takes a lot of luck, man. Luck being opportunity and preparation, man, because anybody asked me and say, hey, how'd you get 22? I said, man, it's a lot of luck involved. Okay. He says, I can answer that honestly. But see, what I'm saying is, Doug, I'm not talking about somebody you already met and you already have a relationship with. There's nothing wrong. You see how I'm taking care of my woman and any woman I've ever met over here. But I'm saying a woman you've never met, you only met on a dating site. There's no telling when you can get in here. You know, now it's getting closer and closer to open up, but why would you send money over here unless you felt sorry for her, which is one thing that she's counting on, that you feel sorry, that you're going to be sympathetic and send money. Okay, so what do you see it, Doug? Okay, answer it then. Answer the question. Big D said, our responsibility to live. What's he saying? I have a responsibility to me, my wife, and my 3 dogs. Yeah. And see, that's something totally different. And I'm right there with you on that. See? Yeah, he says Jeffrey Taylor said they send money to keep the ladies' attention. Plain and simple. Like you say, don't leave with your wallet. But we do it anyway. We want to make an impression. And even though the Filipino tell you, you know, don't do that to me, it's cringy. It makes you think I'm for sale. It makes you, you know, but the ones who are on there who are trying to get between you and your wallet, it plays right into their game. Jason Flint said, Calvin, when I was on the dating site, I met some girls and one asked me for money. I told her I'm sorry. I made a promise I can't give money to someone I never met. That was the last time we talked. Yeah. And that's usually what's going to happen because that's a red flag. Filipinos, they won't ask you for money. Doug Carr said, I'm merely sending the money I wasted on crap before. I send no more than I'm comfortable sending. But that doesn't mean that's a good enough reason to send money, man. You know, why don't you just save that money instead of now you're wasting it on dating sites. It doesn't matter what you're wasting it on, Doug. You're still wasting it. And remember, that's your money. I can't tell you what to do, but that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm merely sending the money I wasted. Wasted being the key word on crap before. Now you're wasting it in just another way. So no, it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, it says they're trying to buy affection. They can buy sex, but you can't buy love. Not really. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you date a woman overseas, the dating site is really like to break the ice, especially for guys like me who are shy, who really are bashful and can't really say it. It breaks the ice. That's what it's good for. And then when you get over here, you're still going to have to do the same things that you did at home. You still got to see if there's a connection part, if you have anything, if you're compatible. You still have to do all of that. So why put yourself, because I'm going to tell you something, if you truly are coming over here, the fact that you're buying a plane ticket to come over here, that's like you're giving the lady money. That's like you're giving her money. You're going to have to spend that money, Doug Carr, on a plane ticket. Why not do it like that? And a hotel and food and whatever else it is that you're going to luggage and stuff, your supplies and everything. You're going to need that money. And investing in that trip is letting her know if she's serious that, look, I'm serious about you. So that would be a better way to spend your money. Jason Flint says, speaking to a group of people is the key, in my opinion. Knowing who you want to talk to is key to success with YouTube or any other platform. Yeah, and you just hope and pray that what you want to talk about people can relate to it and they want to listen to it, and they can gravitate to it, because a lot of times people follow somebody not because of what they believe, but what the people believe. See, a lot of you guys just think the same way I think. I've had people tell me, they tell me my story. The American right around the corner, he's not really a subscriber, a viewer, man. He told me his story. He told me my story, rather. His story was mine. William Burgess says, I send money because feelings of guilt that I have, and she has so little after working 8 days a week, 10 days a week. Yeah, but that's what they're counting on, William. They're counting on that sympathy, which, by the way, they really don't need, because I'm over here. I see that they're happy over here. To have a job is something that's really something that they're proud of. No matter that they're working all those hours, that they're able to carry their weight and do their part for the family. When we start, I'm talking about to the legitimate Filipinos you're meeting online, man. When you start sending money, and they're going to think, he wants something in return for that money. They're not stupid, man. And they think that way because they know, because you do. So it raises a red flag for her. Now, are they going to turn it down? No. I told you they're not stupid. But at the same time, there's nothing guaranteed, man. You can get over here, and that woman will not like you, or you may not like her. You may not, and you may not be compatible. Just wait till you get over here. The order? How much? Wait, hold on, guys. It's order. I think it's my knee brace. Yeah. Hey, I'm back. I'm sorry, guys. It was something I ordered. It's supposed to be this spy camera, because it's going to allow me to go in some places for y'all and, record, and they don't know I'm recording, because a lot of times when you got that big phone, something like this, and you walking around like this, people get scary. Hey, Jerome, he says, hey, Calvin, God bless you. Thank you, brother. He says, I feel like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. No, not really. You don't have to. All you have to do is you find somebody you like, and then, if you're going to chat with them, just, one way that you're going to know that she really likes you is if you don't send money. When you send the money, Doug, you muddy in the water. That's all. Not really. I'm not. My father was a preacher, but much agent. And, one of the riches of life is this, self-expression. I just want to get better with being able to express myself. S. Anderson says, he says, send Calvin the money. He will put your name on a list for when you get there and introduce you easier. No, don't do that. I'm not a dating site, man. I would never want that. Well, you're being generous with 2019. Said, in my opinion, only 20% would make the trip. It's a whole lot less than that, to be honest with you. Yeah, I can agree with you. And we don't know why people send money. It's really none of our business. I just tell you my perspective. I tell you my boots on the ground experience, what I did and what the women told me. You know, that it really didn't make a difference. See? Now, Filipino Raquel de los Santos says some men, they send money because they demand, what's that VC? What is that? What's that mean? Filipino Raquel. What's VC mean? Hey, Franz, thanks for the super chat. Said, God bless you, Calvin. Congratulations on your new home. Hopefully, when I get there, I'll be able to do the same. Yeah. And don't come over here immediately and build a house, guys. I got a subscriber now. He's never met this girl, by the way, building a house and everything like that. And there's nothing I can tell him. He won't listen to me, and it's not for him to listen to me. He's a grown man. But I'm saying, man, you need to slow down, man. You don't know this woman. And he said, he says, hey, Calvin, because I sent him a picture of my house. And you know what the girl told him? This is a red flag of all red flags. That house is too small. It's too simple for her. Imagine that. Okay? But hey, he's a grown man. Exactly, Callie T said money comes with conditions, but I think a lot of these guys are a lot of us, we're trying to gain some favor because we don't understand how she thinks over here. They don't think that way. They're looking for a spark, man. Every woman I've ever dealt with over here told me that. They want to know, is there really some type of interest here? Don't care how much, miss what you never had. But we want to push the money on them like that, like they're some kind of prostitutes or something, man. You don't realize women got dignity, man. If they don't have nothing else, they got dignity. So why you want to take that from them? And then you got that small percentage that's on there who want your money, who are saying, yeah, go ahead and send it because I got 4 or 5 other men sending it to me. See? And then some women, you're going to corrupt them. Okay? Now, my girlfriend's sister is a good woman. She's a kind, good-hearted lady. But guess what? The man corrupted her. You cannot send that kind of money to a woman and over here like that and think she's not going to change. And she didn't even like the man. But when he started sending all that money, she wasn't going to turn it down. And then he was going to send more. He was going to build the house for her. But in her mind, she thought it would mean he's obligated to her. Now, if the house is here, he's going to come here and he's going to come to the house and I'm going to have to be with him. See? They're already thinking like that, man. Let's give them some credit. And this is true, Soul School movie lovers. Thanks for the super chat. Because a guy told me something similar to this. He said, we appreciate them giving us a movie-like experience. And we give, not me though. I'm not on dating sites, but I have visited strip clubs. And that's what some guy said. He says, well, it's like an online strip club. I said, okay, well, at least he's being honest. At least he's saying, okay, I'm getting something for my money. But a lot of us, man, we're not getting anything for our money. And remember, guys, I'm trying to start a support group. We got to share our information and talk to each other so that we'll have a better experience when we get over here. That's what I'm trying to do. But if you're going to push back and say, I can send money if I want to, okay. But, you're going to need that money. It's not free to fly over here. You can't stay over here for free when you get here. All right, because she's probably living at home with 4 or 5 or 6 people. You can't stay there. You wouldn't be able to stay there anyway. You're not used to that yet. It takes a while to get used to that. You got to eat. You got to do all of that. Who wants a woman that only wants them for their money anyway? That's what you got over there. Why would you want to bring that over here? That's all I'm saying. I'm telling you from experience, you don't need it. Yeah, there's an unspoken agreement. There's nothing wrong with taking care of a woman once you have an established relationship. Okay? But don't be stupid, guys. You're going to end up creating the same life over here that you had over there. Wondering whether the woman loves you or not. Wondering why she with me. Is she with me for the money or not? Well, you the one, you muddied the water. You brought the money into the conversation. She didn't, because there's an unspoken agreement. The money's going to already be there. Okay? Now, what was your situation, Filipino Raquel? Be honest. How did you end up meeting the guy, the foreigner? You didn't tell us. Was he an American? Was he European? Was he African? Asian? You said you had 2 babies by a guy, and he ran off, or the relationship didn't work. I'm not, I don't know the particulars, but what kind of promises did he make? Was he sending money? How did that all? Why did you trust him of all people? Okay, she says, I was on a dating website, but never asking for money. But as soon as he send me money, he like to control me, like he owned me already. See, that's what I'm saying. Thank you for this, by the way. And they think this way, guys. And, you make them feel uncomfortable. They're not going to turn it down. But the closer it gets to you coming over here, you're going to know. If she knows for a fact you're coming, you're going to see the real reaction. Does she really like me or does she not? Big Mo from Houston, Texas said, Western women also try to get between you and your wallet. The only difference is they're much closer than women in the Philippines. Yeah, but you don't want the same thing over here. And that's what I keep telling guys. Why do we come over here? Because we want something different. We don't want the same thing over there. If there's going to be plenty of time for you to spend money. Don't do it before you never even step foot in the country. You're going to defeat the whole purpose. Jason Flint said, the Filipino Raquel, you already know when money comes to you, men, especially from the West, think they own you. Yeah, there's something that comes along with that. Filipinos, most of the Filipinos you're going to meet, believe it or not, on these dating sites. A lot of them, man, they got college educations already. They're college educated. They're not stupid. They know your language. You don't know theirs. See, you can learn so much from Filipinos, even in America, and how to live as an expat, either in their country or somewhere else, because Filipinos are expat experts. They're expats all over the world. When you bring your woman to the States, she's an expat. She becomes an expat. Just watch them and how they live and how they help each other and form these support groups and all of that, and provide, good information to each other. It's going to help them. Not the bullshit information that we share with each other. We don't share nothing with each other. We got too many secrets. And that's why we can't catch up with them. They're so far ahead of us. We'll never catch up. Because the first thing comes to my mind, you can't tell me what to do. I'm a grown man. But you've never been here before. We're not trying to tell you what to do. We're just trying to help you. Just say, hey, don't go on that boat over there. Don't go to Las Vegas. More than likely you're going to lose. Do some men win? Do some people win in Las Vegas? Yeah, but majority of them lose. So if I tell you, hey, man, it's not a good idea to send money over here to people, to women you've never met, trying to curry favor with them, trying to put them on reserve, own them, control them, because that's what we're doing. You just don't send people money for no reason. But guys won't be honest with you when you ask them, like, well, why are you sending our money? They won't tell you. One guy Doug called, and at least he, but I don't believe it. It doesn't make sense. He says, I was wasting it anyway. I might as well waste it and send them to them. Yeah, but why are you wasting your money on them, Doug? Tell us. Yeah, exactly. You beat your life. Stop trying to buy these women. They're not for sale. Can I say this? And please listen to this, okay? Whatever you got, if the Filipino woman really loves you, she really's into you, whatever you think you got to pay for, she's going to give it to you free. There's nothing you got to pay for. He said most men would never come over here, and I believe it, and that's the fact. Those are the ones who usually get on these YouTube channels and they want to argue with you, knowing that they're never going to come over here. They know some, they're relationship experts. Not realizing we're just sharing information with each other. We're not experts, but they become experts because they're never going to come over here. The guy says, oh, well, the Western women are the same way as Filipinos, except Filipinos are way over there. Yeah, but I don't want the same experience here as I had over there. Jason Flint said, I wish Americans really understand how far $100 goes in the Philippines. They send in 500,000 like the rent in the Philippines is high. These women living a high life with a Filipino boyfriend. A lot of times that's the fact. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. I was talking to John yesterday, and when you see Roger and Esmeralda over there, they're considered middle class when you put both of their Filipino salaries together, okay? That's the camera I bought. But normally a Filipino of the masses is not going to pay almost $9,000 a month for his house for rent. I'm just telling you. What's the rent normally that you were paying in Lasorte? $3,000 per month, right? Yeah, something like that, guys. See, you get it straight. She's going to tell me everything I need to know. I pass it on to you. Hey, James Smiles, thanks for the super chat. So Calvin, I'm 73, hope to visit there soon. But she doesn't have to tell me. I've been here on and off for 12 years, 3 years. I've lived here several times, over a year. But here's what I know. Some people, man, you won't believe this. You can go to a place. When I first went to try to find Rick and Violet a place to stay, the first place we looked at, you know how much they wanted every month for this place? 1,500 pesos per month. That's $30, guys, per month. But so you're sending, some guy says, oh, I send, what did he say, 200 every 2 weeks or something like that. That's a lot of money over here. I'm sorry. It just doesn't take that much to live. I mean, that's a great job over here. A Big D says, I met women here that don't ask for anything. I've also met women here that ask for money, new cell phones. He said, I left one in a restaurant because she asked for a new cell phone the first time we met. Yeah. And a lot of times they're naive that way. They'll think that you got that kind of money to buy a new cell phone. They don't know that what they're asking for is wrong. Really. A lot of them are just naive in that way. They think they can ask you for anything. But when you get over here, you're going to have to spend money anyway. So just wait till you get over here, guys. You'll have more money to spend. Because you got to spend it anyway. I wouldn't spend it before. Hey, James, thank you, brother. He said money's just a tool. It controls everything. Yeah, but my point is not $3,000 Love Beat Muse, 3,000 pesos. That's $60. Um, but what we're saying is, he says money's just too, use control everything. But what we're saying is, okay, when you're going to send money, okay, before you ever met, there's no guarantee. We're looking for a guarantee. That's why I told the guy who I'm supposed to go see today. He was one of the guys. I said, this is stuff you should be talking about on your channel. How you were able to come over here, meet your wife, the only Filipina you ever met. You got married. You've been together with her for 12 years. There's people who are going to relate to you. It's people that you're going to draw to your channel when you talk like that because they want a guarantee. They want people to tell them that can happen for them. See, I can't tell you that. I'm not going to tell you that because it didn't happen for me like that. And nobody that I've met a few guys who've done that. But this guy, he's happy. And what he came over here, he met one Filipina, that was it. They got 3 kids together. They live over here now for the last 4 years. I said, well, it's guys who want to hear that type of content because they want that guarantee. And this is the reason why we're sending money. We want a guarantee. No, it's good girls on the dating sites. I met my girlfriend on the dating site. The problem I have with dating sites is that we end up sending money. That's the only problem I got. And then you put yourself in the sites of the scammers. The scammers are on the dating sites, okay? And because of my experience, guys, I'm telling you that you don't need to get on the dating site. I didn't know that before. See? Philip Jones says, send them money and they disappear for a few days until they spend it, then back for more, saying they had a bad connection because of the rain or whatever. Clint Dow says, I send shoes and supplies for kids. Makes me feel like sunshine. Yeah. I do it indiscriminately, though, because every time I try to go out, Clint Dow, and think that I know who needs help, I usually end up messing up. So that's why it's best I do it indiscriminately. I've always did it like that, and I've stepped out 4 times. 2 times I was wrong, 2 times I was right. So 50% of the time. So that's not enough over here. So I'd rather just do it indiscriminately. Believe it or not, it works out. Yeah, see, this is the point I'm trying to make, Vinny G. The money's there anyway. So why are you sending it before it's time? Why are you sending it before it's time? A real woman over here, I'm talking about a real woman like my woman that I've got right now, that if things were not all messed up the way they are and everything like that, I would marry her, okay? You don't need to spend the money beforehand. When you get here, it's like you're going to have to spend the money anyhow. At least know that the money that you're spending, you're not throwing it away. It's going to the right person. Mr. Tucker said, I greatly appreciate the information, Calvin, and everyone who has expressed their experiences with PH and their relationships with Philippines. I'm learning a lot. I'm truly grateful. And that's what we want to do. We don't want to argue. That's why I changed that subject the other day. I was going to talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because there's a lot of guys on my channel that's into it. They're knowledgeable about it. They're interested in it. I was going to see if they could help us, but I said, no, that's a subject that we're going to argue about. And sending money is one that we seem to want to argue about now. Because, it just, it seems people are embarrassed, because see, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of guys that come on my channel and say they don't send money and they'll never send money. Then you go on these other channels, because sometimes I go on these live streams. I don't comment anything. I just look at them and be like, yeah, I send. It's my money. If I want to send money, I can. I don't care what they say on those other channels. Yeah, see, this is true, he says. The Philippines, see, this is why I like her. She says, hey, lots of Filipinos are poor. And if you listen to her story and she's telling you about her situation and she is attractive and she talked about her struggles, a lot of us think she's telling the truth. Yeah, and we fall for that because we're trying to impress her. We're trying to gain favor with her. Otherwise, I don't see why you would even. He says, Grumpy Dude, Brian says, I was giving my ex-wife $1,000 per month to pay all the bills at my house, feed her brothers, sisters, parents, and a maid. And that was more than enough for the city she lived in on Mindanao. Oh my God, that's 50,000 pesos a month. That's a lot of money when you put it in the hands of a Filipino. In the hands of an American, we're going to shoot, we're gonna waste it. But you put 50,000 pesos of money in the Filipinos' hands, they're rich, almost. They're upper middle class. No, and I probably won't Tito Cha, you know, uh, just based on my history and everything like that. I probably won't. But I never thought that I would. It's just you know the timing sometimes. That word love gets you in a lot of trouble. Yeah. But see, here's the thing, Big D. He said back when I was dating, sometimes if they'd ask for money, I would ask, what's in it for me? If there's nothing in it for me, no money. But see, they don't have to ask. Do you think women like Jean have to ask for money? They don't. You see these women, they're nice looking, they're cute, and they look like, okay, I can have her. And so the man says, oh, I'm going to go ahead and put my down payment down, and I'm going to show her, yeah, I care about you. I want you to do good. You talk sweet to her, because I care. I don't want to see you struggling, working, 10, 12 hours a day here. I'm going to give you 250 a week or whatever it is. And that's why we do it. They don't even have to ask you, Big D. They don't ask these women. If that's the reddest of all red flags, if a woman asks you for money. But these women, they aren't asking us for money. We're sending it to them. Because see, we laugh about this S. Anderson, but the truth is what it is. He says, okay, send them money so they can take their Filipino boyfriend out that you are not being told exists. Absolutely. And that's exactly what's happening. See, we think that Filipinos are from outer space. They're not. They want love and affection just like anybody else. If you think they're just going to sit around and wait through a whole damn pandemic for you to show up over here, you're crazy. Oh. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, man. Hey. Honey, honey, where's the money? The winner's here. Where is it? It's down. Okay, well, give me this money. Where is she? Okay, I think this. Where's your phone? Where? Here, let me have it. Mr. Winner. Yeah, that was the winner of the raffle last night. Sorry, guys. Um, she's coming from a long way. She had to come. Because I asked her, could she pick it up yesterday? And she said no. Um, she lives far away, like on the outskirts, of San Carlos City. So she came and got it. And I always post the winners on my Sunshine Show's Facebook page. See, I found that to be the best way to help people over here, indiscriminately, because you're going to help the right people. When I start trying to go out there and see somebody on the street and say, oh, I need to help them, half the time I'm wrong, man. Frankie Stan said, you're right about waiting, though, to get there first if you just meet them. I agree with that thinking, and not online when you first meet them. Yeah. But there's a reason behind it, and we're just trying to say, guys, be careful, because they know us better than we know them. They know that we're sympathetic. They know that we're generous, and they know that we feel that $100 is not a lot of money to us, and we'll send it to them. Let's see, Christopher Wolfgang, what he said. And normally he's the guy that, okay. He says, yeah, but see, it's his thinking that, he says, hey, my Uber Eats is $50 for a pizza. Send a chick $100. It ain't nothing. Well, you got money like that. Everybody doesn't have money like that. If you got money to send like that where it ain't nothing, your $100 to me is a lot of money. He's retired 2019. Said, Calvin, guys who send money to women online dating apps can't get a woman in real life. We want a guarantee, retired 2019. That's the reason we do it. Guys want that guarantee. They want to hear Sunshine Show. Let's give them a guarantee. It's almost a guarantee when you come over here, guys. But I'm not going to give you the guarantee that you're going to meet your wife when you get here. Because it may not turn out to be like that. See, some guys want me to tell them, yeah, come on over here. The first woman you meet, she's going to be that woman you've been searching for your whole life. That may not be true. I'm going to say you're going to have to do some work. You may have to be patient. Like I was, man. I ended up meeting 3 women first before I met Marilyn. Had I met Marilyn first, I promise you, man, I wouldn't have dealt with those other. But I wasn't that lucky. And you're probably not going to be that lucky either. John said he met 6 women first before he met Janessa. Cal Deadman said he met 6 women first before he met Christy. Bill said he met several women. I don't know how many women he said he met first before he met Genevieve. It's usually like that, guys. It's too much going on over here with the culture, with the whole situations that's going on, So that's why I say, you're going to have to spend money anyway. There's an unspoken agreement, okay, that says that you're going to pay for everything. You're going to take care of her. So why would you send it before when she can't uphold her end of the bargain, which means she's going to take care of you. She can't take care of you online. So, we can talk about something else because I don't care. We can talk until we're blue in the face. Guys are going to send money. They're trying to put these women in reserve, and it doesn't work. Yeah, see, this is because this is something else that they know. This is a good question, said Billy. He said, why so many girls on dating sites want to add you on WhatsApp? They waste their time. Yeah. See, because they know they can ask you for money. They can do all that other crazy stuff on WhatsApp and Skype and all that other stuff without getting kicked off the dating site or getting in trouble. And then remember, I forgot what Simply Aka said this. She comes on her from, she's Filipino that comes on my channel. She lives in Florida with her American boyfriend. She said, just because you video chatting with a woman doesn't mean that she's your woman. We get hyped up about that. We think because a woman chats with us all the time, FaceTimes us and video chats us all the time, that she's ours. No, because right outside the camera, her boyfriend is right there. And Beach of Life says ignorant. Ignorant is not something bad. It just means you don't know better. But if you know better and then you go ahead and do it anyway, then there's another name for that. I don't know. I think they call that stupid. But because you're ignorant just means you don't know. No one's ever told you. You've never been exposed to it. Rudy says, I don't send money, I send Bitcoin. Well, same thing, Rudy. They can convert it, by the way. I mean, the point I'm trying to make, look, if the woman likes you for real, no amount of money you're going to send can change that. If she don't like you, no amount of money that you send can change that, guys. That's all I'm saying. We're putting money in the game. We put it in the game. We cause ourselves, we're our biggest problem over here. Oh, okay. Cliff and Rue's on here. What's going on, Cliff and Rue? Jay Franklin, thanks for that super chase. Said, man, some Filipinos not stupid. Once they find that right foreigner on their dating site, they hook. They not letting go. Absolutely. And that's why I'm telling you, you better hope and pray that the woman that you meet at that airport is the one, especially if you're going to be here for 2 weeks, is the one that you really 100% want, because she's not going to let you go. See, I was telling John yesterday, they think because they see guys like me and John and Bill, and they see it so often with foreigners and Filipinos, like we're just flocking over here, man. It's not that many people that come over here. When you look at the women that's available, based on the men who actually come over here, who are available, who can take them through that whole process, get the visa, be compatible with them, and take good care of them, don't mistreat them, man. It's a very, very small percentage, guys. That's why I say that you're still the prize. It's still a big deal over here. But we take it for granted because you cut on a YouTube channel and you see Dumagetti guys. That's only a few people, man. When you put it up against millions over here, and the amount of people that actually come over here and stay. I'm not talking about these 2-week wonder boys. They come over here for 2 weeks and they set the damn Philippines on fire. they end up paying a price in the end. They end up finding the woman because she gets back home and realizes he's not all he was cracked up to be. But it's few and far between, man. Junie Khan, he says, I courted my wife. Well, John is always the exception. You ain't courted your wife no different than nobody else. You're paying for it the same way everybody else is, but you probably just didn't pay for it in front. But we got to pay for it. It's an unspoken agreement. There's no, guys, let's talk about something else. Hey, Vixen's Vlog, thanks for the no. She says, at Sunshine Shows, congratulations, brother. I'm happy for you. May God bless your family with peace, love, and blessings. Thank you. And you and your husband, Leslie. Now, Vixen Vlog met her husband in person. He was in the Philippines when they met. They didn't meet online. And see, this is an example I'm trying to tell you. You see her, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's intelligent, she has her own channel and everything. And he met her here. He didn't meet her on some dating site. And I'm just telling you that you don't need to do it. He says throwing money at a problem does not solve the equation. Yeah, and that's what we do. We don't realize that the money is the solution. Anyway, when you get over here, you gotta have the money. Why shoot your load all that and waste all that money before you ever get over here to see? Because you may get over here, you don't like the woman. She's not what you think she is. But the bottom line is, you don't need to send her money online. I'm going to say this one time, then we'll go on to something else. If she really loves you, no amount of money, if she's really interested in you, no amount of money you send is going to change that. If she doesn't like you, if she's not into you, no amount of money that you send is going to change that, guy. Yes, Vixen's Rock says the love, respect, acceptance, and honesty is a very important in a relationship. Money is a bonus. They expect you to have money. They expect you to take care of them. It's an unspoken agreement, but it's also, they want a man that's going to respect them, that's going to love them, that's not going to mistreat them. See, we don't even talk about this stuff. All we want to talk about is how to meet a Filipino. Well, just send her money every damn week. You can meet her that way. But how do you keep her? How do you keep her with you? How do you make her fall in love and all that? That's the type of stuff we need to be talking about, And one of the things is, if you're going to come over here, keep her somewhere close near her family. Don't mistreat the people. Don't mistreat the woman. Don't treat her like a damn maid. She's not a maid. Hey, thanks, Brian Gilday. He said, Calvin, your house blessing ceremony was so cool to watch. Thank you for sharing with us. I thought it was too, and that's why I wanted to share it. I thought it was something different, man, that I've never seen it before. It's the first time I ever experienced it. And that's why I wanted to share it, with everybody. I'm glad you could appreciate that. Brian, because a lot of people, they can't appreciate stuff like that. Jason Kincaid said, respect. Thank you. Grumpy Dude Brian says, I allowed a girl to meet me my first flight in 2007. Huge mistake. I had the girl I married to arrive 5 days after I did, just to give myself time to read the lay of the land. Okay. So 2 mistakes. The thing that we worry the most about is the thing that we least should worry about. And that's meeting a woman here, man. You better find you a nice Airbnb, a nice pension house, a hotel. You stay in a decent area have you an itinerary, make sure you got enough money to last you for however long you're going to be here. You know where you're going to get your hair cut. See, you need to do all of that. You put all that first. Don't put the cart in front of the horse. Don't get the woman first. You know, she's going to be here, man. You know, John told you, he said, when he was at the, I said this even before John said this, but he was right on the money. Okay. He said when he stayed at the hotel, all he did was ask the people, the workers at the hotel, to introduce him to some people. That's all you got to do. Let them be the dating site. Let them vet the people for you. They're going to do it for you. But we come over here looking for the woman, and it ends up being a disaster, man. It ends up being a disaster. Filipino Raquel says, yes, we need a man, but the question is, what kind of man are you? Are you really the right one for her? And this is what the Filipino wants to know. In her man, she knows you're a foreigner, so you're going to be able to take care of her. She already knows that. But she wants to know, are you going to mistreat her? Do you take a bath on a regular basis? Okay. Are you going to accept her children if she's got children? Are you going to respect her and her culture? Are you going to look sideways at her when they eat with their fingers, you know, what they eat with their hands, you know? Are you going to respect all of that? You know, that's really what she wants. Is it a spark? She wants somebody, because they're very flexible. See, I was telling John yesterday, and I tell you, when we come over here, we know exactly what we're going to get. We're going to get the Filipino. The culture is thick. You're going to get that. But she don't know what she's going to get. Is it African, European, American? Is he French? Does he smoke? Does he drink? Is he a religious nut? She don't know what she's getting. So she has to be flexible. That's why money is not a big factor with her. She's got to be flexible, man. She's more wants a compatibility. Because in her mind, she knows you got money. You know, in her mind, foreigners have money. That's why she's on the dating site. And even if you don't have money, you got the visa, you're going to give her a lifetime opportunities. She'll take it from there, which a lot of Filipinos do. They'll take that opportunity that you give them by taking them to their home country. They'll out-earn you. They'll make more money than you. But because she doesn't know what she's going to meet, she wants somebody at least that's going to, the least not going to mistreat her. But see, you got to understand, he says we're beating a dead horse. Well, what else you want to talk about? You don't understand. This is all men want to talk about is Filipinas. David, I hate to tell you that. That's what they want to talk about. Make a video of a drone flying over somewhere and see how many views you're going to get, David Mack. You're not going to get very few. But you get a video, you walking around town showing these nice looking Filipino women wearing these skin tight jeans and short shorts with hair down their back and flashing that Filipino smile and talking that, you know, English that they talk. You're going to see the videos. You see the views you get. Jason Kincaid said, I love to find a loving relationship and live a peaceful life. It's over here. Yeah, Sam Champ. He said, damn, people, been here almost 2.5 hours, only 73 thumbs up. What the hell? Yeah. Well, see, they know that helps me, man, but sometimes people forget. Hey, Beach, Texas. Well, we do it every Friday, which will be Thursday in your town, Beach, Texas. He says, where's Sunshine? Actually, he was there with me yesterday. See, right now, you can't get in the Philippines. First thing you should be trying to do now, because it's about ready to open. You know, I'd say in the next 90 days, I'm just going to throw that out there. The Philippines could be open. You should be trying to figure out right now what part of the Philippines you're going to. This thing is vast, it's diverse. Are you flying into Clark, Manila, Cebu? Are you going to stay in a hotel? Are you going to try to get your Airbnb, pension house? Are you going to stay near the beach? You know, that's the type of stuff you need. Don't wait till you get here to do that. No, he was looking for you on the screen, John. Right. See, Grumpy Dude said, Calvin, if a man wants to have a real relationship, it has to evolve into real. Pen pals, letters, and money can influence the mind, but the only thing that generally influences the heart is togetherness. Thank you, man. And, you know, we'll end it on that because I couldn't have said it any better. That's why I say wait till you get over here. Yeah, Tita Chai said, Calvin, you seem much more relaxed now. You got the house and a good woman. Yeah, you know, you don't want to bring that stress over here. And that's one thing I did. See, there's one thing I did, Tita Chai, with that house because I didn't have the money. I didn't have the 20,000 all at once. So yeah, you saw through that. See, I'm wondering, am I going to be able to pay him by the time this house is finished? You know, I'm wondering if, you know, every day is he going to ask me for some money? Do I have the money? So yeah, it did put some stress on me. And, you know, but at least we made it through that because a guy told me, he said, Calvin, he said, right before we started to build the house, he said, you and your girlfriend, you're not going to make it through this house build, you know, because of all the stress and all this and all that. And, you know, I didn't know because I never been through it with anybody before. So I was wondering what he was talking about. But actually, because the engineer, because we didn't do, if we'd have done it without the engineer, I could see what he was saying. Yeah, we'd be arguing about this, arguing about that. But the engineer did everything. He kept us out of the picture, see? And that helped us. Hey, Christopher Wolfgang, thanks for the super chat, man. He said, congrats on the house. Buy something for the baby. Yeah, we're going to have to get new beds, really. We're going to keep these mattresses, but we're not going to take these big wooden, I call them crates or caskets, Christopher Wolfgang. But yeah, thank you so much, brother. Yeah, we're going to have to get them. I'm going to they got some place called Mandawi Foam over here, and just get a metal bed. These beds are well put together. They cost about $300, just the bed, not the bed and the mattress came together. And they're heavy as hell. I mean, it's the heaviest thing. I mean, imagine if you ever tried to move a piano before, a refrigerator. You know, if you ever moved somebody before and they got this heavy ass furniture and stuff, well, that's what this bed is like moving. It's that heavy, man. I mean, it's really uncomfortable moving this thing, and I don't look forward to it. But this time, I'm just gonna pay somebody. I'm not touching nothing. I moved over here, man. They like to kill me. I'm not gonna do it. Hey, thanks, Earlene God, for the super chat. Said, congrats. I can see that I'm home. I can see that I'm home look of relief on your face. Yeah, love the house blessing video. You deserve that, great family. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm relieved, man. I slept good last night. And it had a lot to do with it. And I wasn't in here with all this. See, these beds are wood and they got all this sawdust that drifts out onto the floor. You know, when you're turning, tossing and turning, whatever you're doing in the bed. And it bothers my nose. Buck probably not coming over here, I would say. Yeah, a fool is money, SUNY partner. I just want to tell guys, you're going to need the money when you get over here, guys. Don't worry about that. Yeah, RLV. Mandawi foam is high quality. Even the other people buy that brand. I learned about them back in 2010 when I furnished my house in Cebu, my apartment in Cebu. I had a real bed, by the way, from Mandawi foam. First time my girlfriend had ever slept on a bed before. But the guy looked at me crazy when I said, "Hey, can I have a hot and cold water heater put in the shower?" He was like, he said, you're not too experienced with the Philippines. He said, you're not going to need that. And he's right. And I've been, what time is it now? 12 o'clock. Yeah, we got about 20 minutes. I'm going to get off here. But I can go in here right now. I already took my shower. I take it early. But I could go in here right now and take a shower now, and the water's warm because it's sitting in the pipe right now. It's really hot outside. You take a shower about 12 o'clock, it's going to be warm. Now, you take it in the morning, it's going to be cold, and then you take it about 10 o'clock, it's going to be cool. About 12 o'clock, yeah, it's going to be hot, warm sometimes. Oscar says, hey, Calvin, the Philippines call those kind of beds generational beds because that's the bed that grandma and grandpa slept in. Yeah, it's true. This bed will last forever, but it messes with my sinuses. And Big D said, I bought American style queen size bed, 14-inch mattress and box spring, $28,000 delivered. Yeah, see, that's a good deal right there. And it's probably something I'm going to do, Big D, because these beds these beds are about 6 inches. These mattresses are 6 inches thick. It's the type of foam that you get if you get your furniture at home and you take the covering off. That's what these mattresses look like. Oh, okay. Rudy said he got a haircut for the panel on Tuesday. Okay, brother. Yeah, he's gonna be on the panel Tuesday. Raquel, Christopher Wolfgang said, Raquel, send me a message so I can send you some money. Wow. Jason Kincaid said, Calvin, I'm heading to bed. Oh, okay. He said, been chopping wood for winter all day. Wow. Remember when you made the video and made the house, you focused energy and you built it. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. That's what I did. I learned how to do that. They call it the law of attraction. I really don't know what it's called, but I know it works. Oh, okay, Love Beat Music, Brother Calvin, you can check with a large hotel. Many times in America, you can get a serious frame for cheap. Yeah. Anything here, though, is going to cost you. I just go to the store and get it. Hey, Beach, Texas, thanks for the super chat. Said, proud of you making your best life over there, keeping it real and helping these folks out. Yeah, we just share our experience, strength, and hope with each other, man. I don't want anybody to come over here like I did, not knowing anything about the Philippines, not knowing what to expect, what to look for, or anything, man. Because this can be a magical place if you come prepared. Like I said, Palawan's opening back up. I mean, people always ask me, what's the place to visit on my first time? At least go to Boracay or Palawan. But it's so many places, man. If you fly in Cebu, hell, you're going to have a hard time picking. I just saw where Malapascua, they got, and this is a beautiful place, man. It's considered Cebu, even though it's like a separate island. You have to ride a bus to, I forgot the name of the place, and then it's like a 15 or 20 minute banca ride boat over to the island of Malapascua. Man, they got rooms going right now for $399 with air conditioning, believe it or not. This is White Sand Beach, man. When you get over here, guys, there's so many places. It'd be hard to get bored when this place is open. So imagine I'm not even bored during the pandemic. And, this is when the woman does come in handy. When you got a beautiful young lady that you love and she loves you, y'all into each other, and it's real, man. I'm going to tell you, it'll change your whole life. Marilyn, she motivated me. If you look at my videos now until when I was down in Zamboanga, they're totally different. If it wasn't for her, I probably would have never built that house. So, yeah, I would take this advice, Paul Smith. He said, go as a tourist and live it up. Decide from there whether you love it or not. I'd say at least do an exploratory trip. I'd see as much as I could. I always tell people this. When you come to the Philippines, stay as long as you can stay and bring as much money as you can afford. And just live it up, man, because it's only one first time to the Philippines. Okay, and even though this place doesn't get old for me, it's nothing like the first time, man. I mean, really, man. I can't even describe it to you. First time I came here. And that's the type of stuff that I like to pass on to the man watching now who's never been here. Man, look, if you think I'm pulling your leg, when you come here for the first time, man, it's going to change your life, man. You're going to have the best time you ever had. I mean, I can't even describe what it's going to be like. Huey Bluey says, hey, guys, who is Rafi Tufo in the Philippines? I heard he exposes people for trends in other countries. He's like a lawyer, but what he does, he's like a mediator. He became popular. He's like a mediator. Say, for instance, if a Filipina is having a problem with her husband, she'll call Rafi Tufo and they'll try to get it worked out. Somebody's fooling around. Americans are on there. One American guy was on there. He'd given his Filipino wife, and they were married now. Something like, I want to say 14 million pesos. He was sending her money while he was overseas. She's supposed to be buying land, building houses, and this and that. He got over here, and she had spent it all, was nothing. He had nothing coming. But what happened was a lot of Filipinos, they seeing him like, wow, you gave her? And this woman looked like, shit on the shingle, guys. I hate to tell you this. He couldn't have picked one of the ugliest Filipinos ever, right? And sent her all that money. Well, hell, he was deluged with offers of love and from Filipinos, from all over the Philippines, man. He was on Rafi Tufo's show. He was a nice guy, man, but he was stupid, man. You can't do that, guys. A clip from Ruth said, Calvin, did you ever check out the Peak Beach when you lived over here in Zamboanga? You mean Santa Cruz Island? I didn't, and I'm going to tell you why. I had booked it all for me and my wife, and you had to have 10 people at least to go there. And they scared me. See, that's when I found out. See, this was in 2011. Now it's become more popular. They know that, you're not going to be bothered over there. Nobody's going to bother you, Cliff. But at that time, they scared me to death, man. Because I was like, wow, I really like it here in Zamboanga. It's nice. But the minute I said, let's go to this Santa Cruz Island, and we went to, you have to go to the Office of Tourism down by the pier. You make that, then you hire the security guard, and you meet there early that morning, about 6 o'clock, because you can only stay there until 4 o'clock. You got to leave. You can't stay all night. Yeah, they scared me to death, man. I was like, wow. But yeah, it's become a domestic tourist attraction. It's nice, but there's no, hotels or anything like that, Cliff, that you can Hey, thanks, Robert Morris, for the super chat. He said, it's towards your bed. Yeah, I'm going to definitely give me a bed. Oh, you saw that episode clip? Yeah, he gave that woman all that money. And I'm like to myself, man, if you're going to give a woman all that money, she better be Miss Universe. Hey, Beast Texas, Beast Texas at Cliff and Ruin and Calvin. Would be cool to do that little chat with both, get two perspectives. Let me know how to link up. Appreciate you, fellas. Yeah. Anytime with me. Yeah, Charles Butler, absolutely. Much of a woman's power over many men, not always her bearded clam. I have to agree with you there. And her bearded clam. That's funny. Yeah, guys, we got about 9 minutes. We're going to be, well, they're going to be moving stuff. I'm not touching anything. I'm moving big, heavy-ass beds. I'm going to pay somebody 50 pesos to move them today. Now, I'll give them more than that, but I'm not fooling with these beds ever again. I mean, they're heavy, man. If you've ever picked up a damn refrigerator, that's the worst thing to move when somebody's moving, unless they have a piano. That's what these beds is like, to be honest with you. Adam Chenoweth said, Calvin, do the people associate the beach as rich and the mountains as poor? Well, not anymore. Because over here now, especially in St. Carlos, you know, they're surrounded by mountains. That's the thing to do now. But yeah, the people, you know, in the normal circumstances, yeah, they do. You live up in the mountains, and you know, Filipinos that live in the mountains, they look different. They got a different look, and you'll see that when you get over here. And when you talk about beaches now, when you go to a place, you're gonna have, like in Cebu, they'll have a public beach. That's what they call it. It's where everybody can go. And then you got the resorts and, you know, places like that. But yeah, not so much the beach, but yeah, the mountains, yeah. Skeptical Sorcerer says, if you never had that one, what are you missing? Yeah, that's why I always say, you can't miss what you never had. They're playing it. I hope they don't hear this on my live stream. They're playing. David Estes says, are Filipinos polygamous? No. Now, remember, they've got a large, about 15% Muslim population here. And I believe they're polygamous. They could be polygamous, you know, because they've got their own autonomous region. It's a totally different place now. So, you know, as long as I think Muslims can have more than one wife, but most Filipinos are monogamous, which means one. Michael Dorsonville says, in Zamboanga, there are places that you can and can't go. Yeah, you have to be careful out there. Yeah, that's really anywhere in Zamboanga. I wasn't afraid at first, Michael, because your wife's from there. But they scared me. They, you know, it's like children. Children aren't afraid. We make them afraid. Because I didn't know I was supposed to be afraid. It just seemed, Zamboanga just seemed like another part of the Philippines that I had been going to until they started telling me, you know, because we checked into the hotel and the mother was like, well, no, you don't want to stay in the hotel. You can stay with us. And I was like, well, I'd rather stay in the hotel. Well, hell, the very next day, one of the hotels blew up because they wasn't paying the rebel tax down there. See, you're going to see, the thing I like about Zamboanga is you're going to be exposed to those really, really bad guys, but they don't bother you. because you don't know who they are. They all look the same down there. They just look like Filipinos. But you can't say Abu Sayyaf in Zamboanga. You can't say it. I'm sorry. You're not supposed to say that word at all there because they're there. But for the most part, I never had any problems there. But he's right. There's some places you better not go in Zamboanga. But it's not as bad as what you would think it is. It's got its reputation because in 2013 they had the siege where the bad guys came over from Baziland and Holo Sulu and all of that and took over the city. And a lot of people died. They burned up a lot of houses. The military had to run them out of there. It was a battle for about 30 days. But they haven't had anything like that since. But when you go there, one thing that's going to throw you off and you're going to be like, because I was wondering before they scared me, and so many police, so many military. And then you're going to see a lot of American and foreign soldiers there. See, that'll make you scratch your head. I was there when I first went there in 2010. I was like, well, I thought there was no more American soldiers in the Philippines. Man, they're down there, man, full gear. And you be like, man, something ain't right here. And then when you go to the grocery store, you'll see Americans and stuff. They're in the military, man. But I never had any problems. But it's not a place. They scared me now. So it's not a place I would settle in. I was stuck down there for 6 months when the pandemic first started. And I was depressed, man, because when they locked down, they're locked down there. And, a lot of decisions are made for you there, not like in a place like St. Carlos City. You don't know who's really running the show in Zamboanga. They got a mayor, but you don't really know what's really behind that. They're that close to the war zone, man. But I didn't have a problem. I loved it there, but it's not someplace I would want to live. Hey, Gil Bellamy from Texas. Now, he's talking about polygamous. Yeah, you could go down there in Zamboanga and you probably could be polygamous because they've got a big Muslim population. But remember, Muslim is a religion. It's not a race. They're Filipinos first and foremost, and they're just going to treat you just like regular Filipinos, man. They're nice, welcoming people. But this is true, though, Harriet. Men are polygamous by nature. It's just how it is. We're hunters. Just because, and I heard this guy say something one time. It made a lot of sense before I get off here. He said his wife didn't realize that he would have never divorced his wife or left her for another woman, but he finds other women attractive, and he wouldn't mind being with other women. He's hardwired for that. But of course, a woman's not gonna want to hear that. But yeah, guys, I got to get off here. They're going to be over here in a minute moving stuff, and I'm going to get out of the way because I'm not lifting nothing. I may take some clothes over there, but I'm not fooling with these beds, man. These beds got me spooked. These beds got me spooked, man. I'm not going to fool them that heavy, guys. I promise you. This is the heaviest thing I've ever seen Saturday down.
I had to transfer the LD instead of Globe because they don't have
They don't have Globe over there?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to have a new Wi-Fi provider because Globe doesn't go over there where we are.
They don't have Unconventional.
Okay, so we'll keep this on until the very last day.
I already
Ordered
the PLDT. So they already processed mine. So maybe in the morning, afternoon, we're gonna install the PLDT over there.
Oh, okay, well, good. Yeah, PLDT then, guys. But hey,
So
thank y'all so much.
35 Mbps.
How much is that?
1,600.
Same, okay, yeah. But it's not unlimited, right? Okay. Thank everybody for your super chats, your super stickers, all your congratulations and well wishes on the house. I'm going to go over there now. This is my last live stream from Margarita Village, 1st Street. From now on, I'll be in Margarita Village Extension, Lot 2, Block 6, for anybody. And we'll be, once we get settled in, I'm going to start on this security wall and also the guest house. And remember, that's for y'all. Anytime you want to come through St. Carlos City, I'm going to be the only vlogger to do it. I hope I start something. You know, it's like giving back, man. If these guys want to sit through a damn 2-hour, 3-hour live stream, view your videos and stuff like that, the least you can do is give them something back. And that's what I'm doing with the guest house guys. You know, so thank you so much. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. The next time I see y'all going to see all that beautiful landscape behind us for the live stream. Take care, everybody.